Welcome to our Flutter tutorial. Today, we are going to make our very first Flutter app, a simple Hello World app. Whether you are new to Flutter or just want to brush up on your skills, this video will show you everything you need to know, step by step. By the end of this tutorial, you'll know how to set up Flutter, create your first project, and run it on your phone. So, let's get started and make something cool with Flutter. Let's create application, press the Windows button and search command prompt, then go to the directory where you want to create project. To create Flutter project, write Flutter create Hello World app and hit the enter button. You will see project has been created. To verify, open directory and here you will see the project. Now, open the Visual Studio Code and open project folder. Go the lib directory and open main.dart file and remove boilerplate code. This is the main file and entry point of your Flutter app. Let's start coding. Imports the material library from Flutter, which provides various pre-built widgets and tools for building material design applications. Here, we define the main function, which is the entry point of our Flutter application. Inside it, you call the runapp function with an instance of myapp class, which will be the root widget of your application. So, let's create class with the name that we have written in main function. This line defines a class named myapp, which represents the root widget of the application. The class extends stateless widget, indicating that it doesn't have any mutable state. It's a pure widget that only depends on the configuration information provided through its constructor. Define the constructor of the myapp class. It's a named constructor, denoted by the name myapp, and it's marked as const, meaning it creates an immutable instance of the myapp class. The constructor takes a single optional parameter key, which is passed to the superclass constructor using super.key. This keyword indicates that instances of myapp created using this constructor are immutable. It's a compile-time constant constructor, which means its arguments must be constants. Let me write rest of the code. Then we will explain each line one by one. This code is within the build method of the MyApp class. It's responsible for building the root widget of the application, which in this case is a material app widget. Here's a detailed breakdown of each part. Override annotation indicates that the build method is overriding a method from the superclass, in this case, the stateless widget class. It's a good practice to include @override to ensure that you are correctly overriding a method. Widget build context is the signature of the build method, which is required for all widgets in Flutter. It returns a widget and takes a build context as a parameter. The build context contains information about the location of the widget in the widget tree and is used by Flutter to manage state and dependencies. The build method returns a material app widget, which is the root widget of the application. Material app is a convenience widget provided by Flutter that sets up the material design visual elements and behaviors for your app. Hello World Flutter application is the title of the app, which is displayed in the device's task switcher and app bar. It's good practice to provide a descriptive and meaningful title for your app. The theme parameter allows you to define the visual theme of your app. Here, we are using theme data to set the primary color swatch to colors.blue. The home parameter specifies the widget that represents the home page of the app. Overall, this code sets up the root widget of the Flutter app, material app, configures its title and theme, and specifies the home page, my homepage, to be displayed when the app is launched. Let's create the My Homepage class to complete this video. Class named My Homepage represents the home page of the application. It extends stateless widget, indicating that it doesn't have any mutable state. Instead, it only depends on the configuration information passed to it. Constructor this class takes two parameters. Key is an optional parameter of type key, which is used to identify the widget uniquely in the widget tree. It's optional because it has a default value of null. Title is a required parameter of type string, which represents the title of the home page. The required keyword indicates that this parameter must be provided when creating an instance of my homepage. The this.title assigns the value of the below title parameter to the title property of the my homepage instance. Constructor is calling the constructor of the superclass, stateless widget, and passes the key parameter to it. This is necessary because stateless widget requires a key parameter in its constructor. The super keyword is used to refer to the superclass constructor. By passing the key parameter to the superclass constructor, we ensure that the key is properly assigned to the my homepage widget. Override annotation indicates that the build method overrides a method from the superclass, in this case, its stateless widget. This is a common practice in Flutter when you are implementing the build method for a widget. The build method returns a scaffold widget, which is a layout structure provided by Flutter that implements the basic material design visual layout structure. It provides slots for app bars, drawers, and more. Within the scaffold, an app bar widget is defined. The app bar is a material design widget that typically appears at the top of the screen and contains the title, leading actions, and actions. The title property of the app bar is set to a text widget, which displays the title of the app bar. The title parameter is passed from the constructor of the myHomepage class. The body property of the scaffold is set to a center widget. The center widget aligns its child widget both vertically and horizontally within the available space. Inside the center widget, there's a text widget that displays the text Hello World. This is the main content of the home page and will be displayed at the center of the screen. The const keyword is used before center and text widgets to make them compile time constants, which improves performance by avoiding unnecessary widget rebuilds. Let's open the emulator from Android Studio. If you don't know how to install and use emulator, then go the description of the video and follow specific tutorial. Emulator has been opened. Now let's run the project. You can see Hello World has been printed in right between the screen. In conclusion, I hope this tutorial has provided you with a clear understanding of how to create a basic Flutter application, from setting up the root widget to designing the home page layout. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more Flutter tutorials and updates. By subscribing, you'll stay up to date with the latest content and be part of our growing community of Flutter developers. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.